Welcome everyone to another lesson on Khadija Academy. Before we start this lesson, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now let's go and start our lesson. So how can I clear or filter my own signals from noise? Okay, so you can filter them using a lag phase shift filter. A filter using a lag phase shift. What does this even mean? So we have our input signal. You can think of the input signal as VA, or let's say V alpha and V beta after measurements, okay, after transforming them into alpha beta frame with their own noise, okay, V alpha and V beta with their own noise. Now we will filter them using a lag filter, an RC filter, or what we call a low filter, low pass filter, an RNC, and the output voltage here will be the filtered V alpha, but filtered after using this filter. Okay, now if we would like to look at the transfer function, the relation between V input and V out, it will be like this. The transfer function, which is V out over V input, will be 1 over 1 plus tau S, where tau here is representing the RC, the constant RC. By controlling RC, we can control the bandwidth or the bandwidth, or what is exactly the frequency at which we will start filtering our harmonics, or filtering our high frequency signals or high frequency noise. What you will find that if this the magnitude of this one is 1 over root 1 plus tau omega all square. This is the magnitude of this filter. So it means that V out is equal to V input multiplied by, where did we get this? It is simply like this. V out equal V input multiplied by this transfer function. If I would like as a magnitude, like this, so 1 over 1 plus tau S as a magnitude will be magnitude of this part divided by magnitude of this part. So magnitude of 1 is 1. Magnitude of this part, this one, is J omega tau S. So S itself is omega multiplied by, here we don't have S. S itself is J omega multiplied by tau. So according to the frequency, the input frequency of the signal, this transfer function will change. So let's just continue. S here is J omega, which is omega tau. So in order to get the magnitude, it is root the real part, which is 1 square, plus imaginary part, which is omega tau, right? J omega tau. So the imaginary part is omega tau square. So what you will find from here, which is this equation here, you will find that the output signal is equal to the input signal multiplied by this magnitude. This magnitude will change. It changes depending on what? Depending on what frequency we are getting. So if, for example, we have high frequency noise, then omega here will be very large. So this magnitude or V output will be very, very small, which means we are filtering high frequency harmonics. Okay, high frequency noise or harmonics, when omega becomes very large at a high frequency noise. If this omega is small, then this magnitude will approximately be close to 1, making input signal or output signal will be exactly input signal. That is how this filter works. Depending on the frequency of the input signal, remember that this input V alpha with noise, we will have a sine wave like this, and we will have another one with a higher frequency like this. Okay, there are others which will be very high frequency. So this type will be filtered. V out here will be, for this component, will be 0. For this component, it will be a little bit smaller, like this, very, very smaller. and this one will be almost the same, almost, not exactly, but almost the same after the filter. Okay, so you have removed some of this noise using this low pass filter. What about the angle? We have to get this angle because we are going to add it in the circuit. So the angle itself of this transfer function. Now what about the angle or theta filter? So simply theta filter, or the angle of this transfer function will be this angle minus this angle. Okay, so this angle will be 0, right? Minus this angle will be negative. Tan minus 1 imaginary over real, which is tau omega over 1. Imaginary over real, this is j omega tau, all of it j omega tau. So the imaginary part omega tau here. So theta filter will be minus tan minus 1 omega tau. Okay, like this. This is the angle of the filter, which causes lagging in our signal. So it lags our signal. That's why it is negative here. Negative because it is lag. As a magnitude of this angle, it will be, or this theta filter as a magnitude, tan minus 1 omega tau. Tan minus 1 omega tau, and the omega itself is 2 pi multiplied by the frequency. So the phase shift here, why it's called lag phase shift? Because of this original negative, because we are getting the angle of this bottom part, which is negative tan minus 1. Okay, this theta is a magnitude. Now this is very important. Why? Because it makes the output signal lagging from the input by the component theta filter, which is tan minus 1 omega tau. Why it is important? Because when we take this filter to signal, when we get this filter to signal and use it to get the angle theta, we have to add to it this theta filter, right? Because this filter here caused lag in this signal from the input. The input itself had an angle theta. The output itself will be theta minus theta filter due to the lagging of the filter itself. So that's why when we estimate the angle, we take theta and add to it theta filter to get the original theta here. I hope you get this idea. Now looking at this, you can see that the magnitude itself for a low pass filter, as the frequency increases, you will find that the magnitude of the output will start decaying, which means we are filtering high frequency harmonics. Similarly for the phase shift, at the beginning it is 0, and after some time it will start giving more and more lag phase shift. Okay, phase shift lagging by a certain angle dependent on the input frequency. Okay, so if we have, for example, for our case, if we are talking about 50 hertz signal, then it will be reduced by this amount, by 1 over root 1 plus tau multiplied by 2 pi multiplied by 50. Okay, so our magnitude itself of the voltage will be dropped by this amplitude at an omega 2 pi multiplied by the 50 hertz. Okay, similarly for angle tan minus 1 2 pi multiplied by 50 hertz multiplied by tau. This is a lagging that will happen from input signal at 50 hertz to the output signal. It will be lagging by this amount. Okay, so let's combine our system. So we have the three phase A, B, C to alpha, beta. Again, so we will have these two components, alpha and beta, with their own noise. Now, for each of one, I'm going to add the filter, okay, to clear the noise from them. So we will have filtered signal. And then I'm going to get the angle and the magnitude. Okay, for the magnitude, we don't care about it, as you know. However, for now, if you would like to get the magnitude, all you have to do is that you will get root V alpha square plus V beta square because we are talking about magnitude of the three-phase voltage. So here we are using the unfiltered signals, these two. Why? Because we would like the magnitude of the grid itself, VA, VB, and VC. So the magnitude of the grid itself is root V alpha square plus V beta square. Okay, great. So we will use unfiltered signal. If we use the filtered, then this magnitude will be less than the actual voltages. What about the angle theta? For the angle theta, as we said in the previous slide, we will use tan minus 1 V beta over V alpha, and these are the filtered values. However, you will add to it theta filter, the lag phase shift due to this one, as I just explained in the previous slide. Why adding this? To get the phase shift of the original signals. Okay, so the transfer function, as we said before, and the magnitude, you'll find that does not affect the angle measurement. Why? Because you will see that here we use the filtered values. These filtered values were VB before filtering multiplied by 1 over root 1 plus tau omega square, right? So this is the original signal, this one. And if we multiply it by the magnitude, you will get this filtered signal. Now divide it by the same, the filtered signal, which is V alpha original, this one, multiplied by 1 over root 1 plus tau omega square. So what you will find here is that you can take this with this. So this ratio, V beta filtered divided by V alpha filtered, is exactly similar to V beta before filtering and V alpha before filtering. Why? Because you will see that this factor will be removed from these two sides. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you divide the two filtered or unfiltered signal, it will be the same. And VG is calculated from the unfiltered signals, as you can see here, to avoid attenuation, V alpha and V beta, because this one would reduce the magnitude. So if we would like the original magnitude, we will use these two unfiltered signals. Now, however, there is a very important part here, is that this noise can be high frequency filters, right? What about DC components? Sometimes there can be a DC component on the three-phase signal. This DC component will not be filtered. Why? Because if you look carefully here, that V out is equal to V input multiplied by 1 over root 1 plus tau omega square. So if we are talking about a DC input, it means that the frequency is equal to 0, right? DC component frequency equal to 0. So it means that omega, which is 2 pi multiplied by frequency, will be also 0. So our output will be V input multiplied by 1 over root 1 plus 0 square, which is 1, which will be V input. So as you can see here, that since it is a low pass filter, for a DC, it will keep it the same, 0 attenuation. V output is exactly V input, right? Because of the DC component has a 0 frequency. And this is a low pass filter, so it will allow the DC component to pass. In this case, you will need another filter, a third filter, to be used for VG. Okay, for the DC component. You can see it gets more complicated. At the beginning, we only used these signals without any filter. Then we found that there can be noise. Then we used the filters, and you found that the filters itself has a problem which needs another filter. This will lead us to the third method, which is the phase locked loop. Let's look at it in the next lesson. Thank you for watching this lesson. I would like to invite you to our academy, Khadija Academy Premium membership, which will help you learn more about electrical engineering. In this academy, or in the academy membership, you will find that we'll have more than 100 courses in math, electrical engineering basics, power engineering career preparations. For example, we have electrical design. We have courses on electric circuits, power electronics, ETAB, MATLAB, solar energy, wave energy, wind energy, and much more. You can join our membership for just a small fee per month, or you can just have a lifetime access in which you will get all of current courses and classes, and you can have them forever. And not only this, but any new courses that will be created, you will be able to watch it for completely free. So what are the classes that I will learn in this membership? You will find different classes in electric circuits, you will find in transformers, magnetic circuits, machines, power electronics, load estimation, lighting design, lightning also design, earthing system, cables, generators, light current systems or low current systems, off-grid design, on-grid design. Very lots of classes and courses in different topics.